Hello everyone, here to correct the second portion of Buckle Down Unit 3, questions 23 to 47. Just got off the Google Meet to kind of discuss this, so some of the work is on this sheet here, a couple sheets I'll flip through. Both this video obviously is available to you, but I'm also going to be posting and sending along the Google Meet with some of the interaction between myself and your classmates. So in question number 23, you needed to write whether or not this was correct or incorrect, meaning is K 18 in this situation? Yes, she's correct. Okay. In number 24, that is an order of operations. So you'd want to first multiply, then subtract. Remember that subtraction, addition, left to right, whichever comes first. So you'd end up with an answer of 14. In number 25, solve for R. You should get 3.25. In question number 26, you had to translate the product of 40 and M. You can just put 40M or 40 times M. In number 27, that's one of those 7.4 questions that we didn't really learn yet. The C, the calories burned, is the dependent variable. Calories burned depends on how many minutes swam. Number 28, what is the coefficient in the following expression? The coefficient is the number with the variable. So 20 is the correct answer. In number 29, you want to use distributive property to write an equivalent expression. Okay? Remember, distributive property combines both the multiplication and either addition or subtraction. Okay? There we go. So we would end up with 18 because 2 times 9w is 2 times 9 and then tack on the w. And then 2 times x is 2x. So your equivalent expression is 18w plus 2x. In question number 30, it's giving you the formula to convert from one type of temperature to another. So it's giving you how to convert Fahrenheit into Celsius. This is the formula that's given right here. And then it gives you, if it's 59 Fahrenheit, what is it in Celsius? So you have to start with parentheses, that gives you 27. You then have to multiply 27 by 5/9. Okay, I chose to cross reduce because I don't want to multiply 5 times 27. So I end up with 3 and 1 because 9 goes into 9 and 9 goes into 27. I end up with 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, and what that basically means is if it's 59 degrees Fahrenheit, like we measure temperature, it is 15 degrees Celsius, like most of the world measures temperature. All right, and number 31, solve for P. P would be 11. In question number 32, you needed to graph the inequality. The cargo airplane must weigh less than 12 tons. So you should have an open circle at 12, and your arrow should be going off to the left. Okay. In number 33, he's earning money for mowing lawns each week. $35 a week is the expression that's given to you. You needed to fill in this table. You can pick any values you want to go in for number of weeks. Okay, I kept it simple and I just stuck it as 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Okay, and then what you want to do here is you want to multiply by 35 each and every time. So if you didn't pick 1, 2, 3, 4, you just take whatever number of weeks you chose and you multiply it by 35 to get the value on the right-hand side of M, money. In number 34, that was one of the questions that we did together in our Google Meet just a couple minutes ago. Number 34, you have to determine whether or not these are equivalent expressions. Okay? One way to do that is by simplifying expressions. Remember that an equivalent expression means if we knew what B was and plugged it in, we would get the same value in both cases. Okay? So simplifying is a way to do that. Plugging in a value for B is a way to do that. So if we were to simplify, I've got to combine like terms. That's what we do when we simplify, okay? If we combine our 10 and our 2, those are both regular numbers, I end up with 12. If I combine my B and 9B, I have 10B. So this first expression simplifies to 12 plus 10b, or 10b plus 12. In the second expression, I can use distributive property. I can do 2 times 5b, which is 10b, and 2 times 6, which is 12. So again, we see identical or equivalent expressions when we simplify these two. So your answer for number 34 would be yes. Okay? In question 35, we again had an independent-dependent situation. E, the energy, depends on H, the hours. Okay? Number 36, order of operations, you should get 5. Number 37, you should have X is greater than or equal to 4. Okay, ooh, -4. Ooh, tricky. We don't do negatives. I'm so sorry. You'd be adding 15 to both sides. Let's pretend it was really cold. It was -19 degrees, but then the temperature rose 14. We'd still be in the negatives at -4. Number 38, that is correct. Yes, if you put in 2.5, you would get 10. Number 39, again, independent-dependent. I'm so sorry. That would be dependent. The cost depends on how many songs you buy. Number 40, if the area is side squared, you have to do 50 times 50 to get an area of 2,500 feet squared. Number 41, a jeweler needs more than 3.2 ounces of silver. So you should have S is greater than 3.2. Number 42, writing an expression with the same terms. Write an expression that is equivalent. Use the same terms, meaning you have to have a 5, a 6, and a 7 in your answer. Okay, so all I did was shift the parentheses. I think we had a similar question in Tuesday's assignment, okay? Because it says use the same terms. So if you had a 30 or a 42, that you did the multiplication, but because it says use the same terms, that would be necessary. In number 43, solve for t, you should have 1/2. If you have 4/8, that's equivalent. Number 44, what's the variable? It's z. Remember, variables are letters. Number 45, write an equivalent expression. This was another one that we went over just a few minutes ago in our chat. Okay, a way to write an equivalent expression is to simplify the expression. So again, I use distributive property here and here. I did not distribute to this y and x. It's not in the parentheses. Okay, so this right here of 12 plus 9x plus y plus x, that's an equivalent expression. That would work. But you could also go a step further and simplify it all the way to get 12 plus 10x plus y. Okay, so that's the simplified, which is also an equivalent expression. Okay, in number 46, a 3-part question, it says that the total weight of a freight of an elevator must be less than 3 tons. So again, if I'm using W as the weight, I would have W is less than 3. If I were to graph that, I would have an open circle at 3 and my arrow going off to the left. That's where the numbers that are less than are. And then 3 different possibilities or solutions for what it could be. I kept it simple. Whenever I'm given a choice, I keep it simple. I chose 1, 2, and 2.5. Okay? Anything that's less than 3 would count. Okay? And then in number 47, the last one, we talked a little bit about this in our chat as well. That this particular moon of Mars orbits Mars 3 times every day, not just once a day like us, okay? So write an equation to find the number of times it orbits per day. It's telling us to use P and D. So the number of times it orbits is going to be 3 times a day. So this right here, P equals 3D, or 3D equals P, is going to be your answer for part A of number 47. In part B, it gives you the value for D of 9 days. So you plug it in, you do 3 times 9, which is 27. So for part B, you should have 27 as your answer. And then again, for part C, it asks you to fill in a table. I like to keep it simple. You get to choose your number of days. I chose 1, 2, 3, 4, which would give me 3, 6, 9, 12 as my values for P. Okay, but again, you're allowed to pick any 4 values that you wanted. You just need to make sure that each time you're multiplying by 3 to get that number on the right-hand side. Okay, so again, feel free to go back. Feel free to email me if you need more explanation on a particular question. View the live chat that we had with our classmates. That might help. They had some really good questions. And I will be emailing you tonight with the Google Classroom code, as well as MCAS U, and you'll have a Google form tomorrow, which you'll be hearing from me. All right, take care.